Good morning. We are currently picking at the bottom of a lovely residential road. Unfortunately, this road is one of the main conduits between two holiday parks and the beach, which means a lot of people on the way back from the beach to their holiday camp with their cans of cider and their takeaways sort of use this street to litter, which is a real shame because it's a nice area and it's not really fair on the locals. Shouldn't have to be coming out and cleaning up that mess. But that is the world we live in, I guess. Oh, look at that. We did start at the top of some horrible plastic here, it's all shredded up. I can see it all the way up there. There's loads of big pieces of plastic. It looks kind of like some industrial rubbish, but some leaves as well, why not? Yeah, we did start at the top of the road. We've done all of the kind of gullies and drains, but that's a nice buried pack of crisps. Ready salted, but it's yellow. That's weird. I didn't start recording at the top of the hill because I wanted to give people a bit of privacy. There are people, it's a sunny afternoon, they're out enjoying the gardens, so thought I'd spare them the camera. Also, I don't really want to start narrating at the top while people are watching me, because obviously it's a very strange thing to do. Yeah, here we are. This is probably going to be the first video on this channel. I'm testing I would say a new camera. I'm testing a very old camera, which used to be a bike camera. It's actually a waterproof bike camera that is so damaged it's no longer waterproof. I don't know how good the visual... It looks like you've got a good frame. I think the audio might be worse. But yeah, welcome to the channel if you are watching this as your first ever video. Hi. I've been doing litter picking a lot, so I'm not new to this. I used to do a lot of graffiti cleaning. If you look at any of our social profiles, you'll see some of the graffiti cleans we've done. There will be some future videos in which we do that as well. Look at this. I'm going in. Fortunately, it will kind of fold up. Very muddy. Hedgerow's got a lot of blackberries growing, so they'd probably be quite nice to eat if they weren't covered in rubbish. Makes me a bit reluctant to try it. I don't know if you can see that. Before I get past the thorns, I'm trying to choose a good angle of attack. That ain't going to kill as many plants. Oh, there we go. We've got to relinquish it, get it off the thorns, and it goes into the bag. You might notice, those of you who are familiar with litter picking, we are using the Waterhaul hoop and picker. The hoop is a lifesaver. I don't know how anyone can use a bag by hand. I mean, I used to, and I hated it. So, and I really like this picker. It's very lightweight, it folds, it's got a lovely handle design. That would be lovely and breathable, so you don't get sweaty palms, but we are wearing gloves. So that's a good example of a couple of people on holiday. Someone who is, he nearly crashed into that van. Why would you drive that fast up a little, you'll see the road, we're going to walk around the corner, and you'll see the narrow lane with the overgrown hedges that people come up here above the speed limit, which probably needs to be lowered anyway. And yeah, like I said, lovely quiet residential road, a lot of retired and elderly people, a couple of young small families, but mostly retired people, and they have to be subjected to this for 6 months a year, 6 weeks a year. The summer holiday. 99% of people on holiday are respectful and take care of the area they visit, but it doesn't take a lot of people, you know, when you have millions of people visiting, even 0.5% is still a huge amount. After the shot, what's that? Is that seasoning? Is this going to be the weirdest thing I find today? Oh, bicarbonate of soda. For baking a lovely chocolate cake. So it's quite heavy. I wonder if someone's like made a little bomb out of it. I think you can make a little bomb out of bicarbonate soda. What you make volcanoes out of. Right? And vinegar. I could be wrong. I'm not a scientist. We are coming to the... I'm glad the council's given us a bright orange bag, because I'm coming to like the horrible corner of the road and I can kind of hold the bag out and say, there's something here, please don't hit it. Bag's actually getting a little heavy. Or I'm getting a little weak. You know, those big plastic sheets are... Where is it? Oh, what's that? A can of Stella. It's empty, which is lovely. Not getting the dreaded slug juice just yet, but we will. We're going to go into the park in a minute. There's a lovely little... I think it's called the Village Green, but I could be wrong. But I imagine we'll find lots of cans and bottles in there. Is that a dog poo bag? I believe it is. Lovely. Although there doesn't appear to be any dog poo in it, which is strange. Why bother putting your dog poo in a bag and then throwing it in a bush? Like, if you're not going to throw it away properly, just leave it on the floor, because, you know, at least then nature will take its course. They just make it like live forever. So there we go. Down onto the narrow bit. Fortunately, you might think it's a bit of a dangerous spot, but it's not too bad, because they will be able to see me from the bottom. Now, it's only this tiny corner where you're like in the transient space that it's a bit of a risk. Oh, I'm seeing a strongbow dark fruit there. That's why we wear gloves, no matter how warm or uncomfortable it might feel. Oh, that might have been there for quite a while. Oh, it's very hard to see much beyond here because it's so overgrown. There's no other way to get in it. This wall, there's a golf course. Yes, what was I saying? Welcome to my brain. Oh yeah, this is the parking. I can already see through here. Is that a broken fishing rod? Oh great. We'll have to. I'll carry that up to the bin. A broken fishing rod, like you know, could be a local, could be someone who's come on holiday and they've gone and tried to do some fishing on the beach, and it just makes you wonder. Just so much drinking. I've got a lot of glass as well, broken glass that's stuck to the label. There's probably a lot of broken glass in the dirt here, which is unfortunate. I do think maybe a council bin in this park by the entrance would be good. Oh yeah, Goodrington Village Green. Oh, there's some graffiti up there. We'll come back here at some point and clean that. Please leave only footprints, not litter. Wow. Oh. Glove. No glove, no love, as they say. Oh, it's like glass. We're finding our first glass bottle. That's the other reason you wear gloves, is so you can fight nature. Oh, I'm on your side, Mother Nature. Oh, it wasn't worth it. You can see more that way. I'm not actually bringing the bag through. The other benefit of the hoop is you can leave your bag and it kind of keeps the top, so you can kind of go through and I can still get in the bag there. Yeah, a couple of... Oh, that's a can, that's good. This is going to be... Oh no! Is that fresh? No slugs. And I think the majority of us doing this, we pick a lot of rubbish up, which is great, and we make the areas look nicer and save it from... What's going on here? Nature does not want to be on our side. we save a lot of this from being here forever, but the problem is it all ends up in landfill, and so much of it could have been recycled. Some pain relief there. Gonna need some of that in a minute. Red Bull gives you wings. There it is. Every litter picking video you ever watch, if you ever watch them on YouTube, every single litter picking video, there will be a can of Red Bull making its presence at some point. Oh yeah, here comes the glass. This feels like autumn leaves. There's so much. I can smell quite a lot of dog. Don't. Oh, nearly smashed that ball. I can smell a lot of poo, and I'm kind of hoping it's something in a bag and not something loose that I'm stood in. There's another Red Bull there. Do you feel like I'm getting dog poo bags that are split or torn or open or empty? Which 3 balls, yeah, like that's full of sludge. Dissolved slugs, isn't it? Excuse me, Bramble. Ow! It did not excuse me at all. So yeah, I feel like as this is my first video, I should introduce myself a little bit more. My name is Stephen. We're on first name terms, that's nice, isn't it? I've been doing stuff like this on various scales for probably half my life. When I was in my teens, I started a local collection for Tetra Paks, which are like the cardboard cartons, usually like milk cartons, fruit juice cartons, that kind of thing, because the local authorities stopped recycling them. There were like local collection points for them, so I was like a 10-minute walk from a local collection point, so I got a lot of people in the neighbouring streets on board. That went on for a while. I had my brothers helped out a couple of times, had a couple of friends who'd join me occasionally with it. It was a very like nice feeling that I could make that difference. Do I want to bring the bag up here? I think I might need to. Is this garden? Is this actually soil? Or has this got rubbish in it? This garden waste. Like who's doing their gardening and then leaving a bag? That doesn't even make sense. It's not a good spot. Not a good spot at all. This might be terrible. I might join you after I finish this spot because I don't think it's going to look great on the camera at all. But we'll see. We'll struggle. Alright, we have moved all of the rubbish that was back there all along the wall. We are going to get a second bag on the go in a second. Because there is obviously a little bit too much here, but that's nice. I wanted to start a fresh one. I went back on the road. Most of this rubbish here, and there's obviously some rubbish, but most of it seems to be bags of plant waste, which is interesting because you can take as much garden waste as you want to the local recycling centre for free. A really peculiar sort of glut of stuff here. Corders is like a cord you have on a bodyboard or like a paddle when you're kayaking, maybe. That's quite a heavy one. There's always seems to be a debate within the YouTube litter picking community about how full you fill a bag, and I would err on the side of tying them off a little bit earlier, keep them a bit lighter. I'm going to pop my fishing rods with it. There's another full bottle there. I'm going to leave that with the bags here because I will be, like I said, I'll be coming back and getting those. Now we're leaving the lovely village green. I'm going to cross out. This is the bit where it overlooks the golf course, and unfortunately, yeah, a little lay-by that. I don't know, people drive up here and just chuck stuff out the windows. People walking back down to their holiday camps from the beach will also do it. What can we do, eh? Oh no, that feels like it's got sludge. Some Stella. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be sluggy. It's when the slugs and other insects and stuff climb into them and then they dissolve, and it is one of the worst smells. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of slugs, I'm not going to lie, but I still think it's pretty awful what we do to the environment.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Unlike that person, I think I was introducing myself before I turned the camera off earlier. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of this kind of stuff, a lot of graffiti cleaning, and trying to engage better with different local groups and organisations. Oh, McDonald's chicken nuggets. I think that's our first McDonald's. But where there's chicken nuggets, a McFlurry surely must follow. A wet wipe. Wet wipes are one of my least favourite things. They're not so much here, but in the parks that I do, wet wipes are a nightmare. Flying dog food bag. So surprisingly, dog food bags don't actually grow on trees. But you could be misled into thinking they do. Oh, that's somebody's pay point. Need to go put £5 on the electrics. We've got some lovely delicious red berries, which I think might be poisonous. It's a weird little like topper thing. It could be like off the top of a blender. Might be one of those fancy like blender portable, like the blenders built into the bottle type blenders, which I think are wild. So yeah, I did mention earlier the hoop and the picker I'm using are the Waterhaul ones. They do a reusable bag. I'm actually planning to order a couple. They make these out of recycled or upcycled, shall I say, sailcloth. So in a few videos time you'll probably see me using one of those. They do two sizes of the picker, so this is the long one. They do a shorter one. Oh, there's some lovely stinging nettles and brambles here. Just gonna lunge. Get me San Miguel. Old Sandy Miguel. Oh, excuse you. And you can see, you know, they can grip a bottle. You have to get the angle right on the bottles, but they can handle the weight. With all that said about Waterhaul, this would be a great time to mention that I am a Waterhaul ambassador, which means in the description of this video will be a link to their website. If you use that link, it should automatically apply a site-wide discount of 15%, and if not, there's a discount code there. Obviously, if you've already got kit, I wouldn't recommend buying anything new. There's no point buying something new if what you've got works, but if it's something that you're thinking about getting into, get into this. This unfortunately looks like a can that was shredded. Another cool feature, there is a little camera mount for GoPros. If you're actually planning to make video content, you can use that. If you want to see that in action, there is a channel on YouTube called A Load of Rubbish. Ross and Liz. At the time of recording this, I think it was in their last video, Ross was kayaking and he stuck his GoPro, sorry, with this picker, he stuck his GoPro on the Waterhaul picker and actually showed it in action. It looks pretty cool. Also in the description will be a link to Doris, which is my kind of all of my links, and on the rubbish in the wings page is a section with a few links to other creators who I enjoy who do this stuff. I need to cross the road, but it's getting real busy. So there are bits of shredded metal and plastic, which I think unfortunately is whatever hedge trimming happened down here not that long ago. Oh god. I think they accidentally got caught up with some of the plastics and other bits. There's a lot in here. Yeah. There's another piece of an aerosol can. Greg's. It's my first Greg's of the day. Big fan of the Greg's sausage roll. Not a big fan of the Greg's litter epidemic, which is everywhere. Please see me. Don't run me over. If you run me over, no one's going to pick up the rubbish. I don't know if you can really see that. Some lovely blackberries. These actually look... Ugh! Okay. Thanks for tuning into today's blackberry review. That was very sharp. Which is kind of... Oh no, look at the shredded metal. This is what happens. You litter. the council comes along and cuts the grass. Your litter gets shredded into lots of tiny pieces, all of which are razor sharp. Oh, I can smell that drain. I think it might be me. Or if I smell, if I smell like an open drain, that's probably a little bit concerning. Ooh, another pair of underwear. Oh, they are very fawny underwear now. We won't look too closely. Oh my god. We won't look too closely, we'll just chuck them in. That's not a lost and found situation, that's a lost to a good situation. Yeah. Oh, hooch. This has got. Oh, there you go. You see that? Slug juice. Gonna chuck it down there for a second and see if a bit more of that slug juice will run out. There's definitely a bit of an overgrown verge, but like, imagine they come and cut this now. They'd have shredded 2 cans, a pair of shorts, a few bags of sweets, all sorts. This might be a McDonald's cup. Oh, another half hour since I turned the camera back on. So we're nearly at the end. The end is just past those little bollards. They're not really bollards, but you know. Here's the other. I said at the end of this park there was going to be another bin bag. There's a lot of midges. Can you see them? Probably aren't showing up on the camera. It's like a midges or fruit flies or whatever they are. I'm sure they're going to bite me a lot. So this section shouldn't be so bad. This kind of more open, maintained bit. But I guess we'll find out. I say it shouldn't be. Especially with the bags around. Someone's socks. Oh, I'm going to have to crawl in and get to that wall. There's some stuff tucked back there. Well, this lid is stuck to the floor. What is this? Oh, like you have to whack something. Oh, it's the bottom of a plastic bottle that has been cut off completely. It could have been trimmed. I mean, it might have been cut in the grass cutting, to be fair. Haribo! Haribo! Bit of the old amber leaf. Delicious. Delicious tobacco. Is that more? Apples. More cigarettes. Hamlet cigars. Honestly, who's smoking in 2025? So expensive. Unfortunately, I already don't smoke, and most of the things that I waste money on, I have no plan of stopping. Is that for stitching? Is that for some kind of embroidery, crochet related tool? Could be a really bad dentistry tool. In a pinch, we'll figure out what that... Ah! I'm just throwing it on the floor behind me. Is this a good angle for you guys? Hawthorn in my face! Pretending to know what the trees are. Yeah, look at this big old bottle. Hydrate to help change lives. What does that mean? What does that mean, co-op? This is a very large bottle of water. 5 litres. Nice. Oops, missed. Trying to like knock all the dirt out of the bags. This is a nice little bench under a little apple tree. Lovely little apples. Anyone wants an apple? There's a lovely apple tree here. Just feel like sitting here under a lovely apple tree, birds and bees and just nature in its prime. How can you sit here and like abuse that? Oh, so many brambles. Ow. Hit my head on the apple tree, that's okay. Trying to avoid all the brambles, which I did not do. Oh, that's getting heavy. A better communal bin. I think the bags, the fact that someone's going to that effort is great, but maybe council bins would be better. And the council will empty those, usually daily. Awful. It's crawling my neck there. I felt something because I've got gloves on, obviously I haven't got that much tactile. And I was like, oh, what's this? And it was going down into my shirt when I just pulled it out, and it's a fawn that was just jabbing me. Like Mother Nature really didn't want me getting those dog food bags. Sorry, pal. That feels like it's been there quite a while, but I'm not going to throw it away because it's not somebody's underwear. It's actually, could be an old gent who was out blackberry picking and it got caught in the bramble, who knows. I'll leave it on that bench for now. So that leads to the road where we're finishing, where we're taking our bags. And we've got this path here, which is where we started in the green. My hope is that most of the rubbish isn't in this path because people dump it at the end where we started. But there will be bits, like there's a lovely indent. You know, you get these areas that kind of naturally rubbish seems to gravitate. Fawns don't stop people throwing rubbish, but they do stop us from climbing in and pulling out by hand, which is lovely. I chose this area as my first video because I thought it would be shorter. I didn't want to do like a half-hour or longer video. As the first entrance to this channel, I wanted to give people a short video to get to know me. Oh, hair shampoo and a hairbrush. Is this a little Nature's Beauty Parlour that I didn't know that? That was a good little crawl through there. Some really, is it irreverent to throw these bright pink prayer beads? Why are they so pink? Are these 3D printed? Why is this cross so weird? Say a little prayer for me, Jesus. Like, does Jesus say little prayers for you, or is that how that works? He's going straight to landfill. Particularly great. I mean, I don't think this mouldy Coke's going to be particularly great. At least it'll run. Gross. And it's not wee. We haven't had any bottles of wee today. I did have a bottle of wee in the park recently. Oh, that's really nice to see. That is where we started. I thought that was plastic rubbish though, but it's a very yellow leaf. Look at that yellow. Isn't that lovely? So I'm probably going to do, these are quite heavy, I don't know if I can, oh yeah, that'll be right. I'm just going to take these to the top of the park, and then we'll take everything up from the top of the park up onto the road. There you are. 3 bags. Keeps you fit though. I'm not sure it does keep you fit, I'm like out of breath. Right, these can go up here. The path's longer than I think. In my head this is a small area, but it's really not. Maybe this will be a longer first video. Yeah, this is why I didn't tie this bag off. This is a clear plastic bag, and I think probably at least since before COVID, so at least 5 years, they've been using a biodegradable compostable bag, which is green. Wow, okay, that's a fun expiry date. I'm really hoping you can read that. I can't, my viewfinder is not great for detail. That is April 2015. Can you see that number? So that could be 2014 rubbish for all we know. I would say like it's quite good if I actually found any vapes. We've only found packaging. The disposable vape ban is a bit lackluster. As somebody working in retail, I think it's kind of very badly implemented. But I will say, as much as I, when it came in, didn't think it was going to make much of a difference, I have noticed that I don't really see very many vapes, and I've not seen any today, so that's incredible. Really. Finish the video up on the road because it's too loud. Before I do end, I just want to like one last little thing with the Waterhaul. I think I mentioned earlier in the video that they're folding, but that is the size. So this is the long adult version. It folds up like that. So lightweight. So yeah, that's my last shout out to Waterhaul. And like I said, there is the link if you want to order for yourself. Any benefit from people buying Waterhaul products with my link, that's going to go straight back into cleaning, into picking, into graffiti cleaning, and there's a lot of it. And I'd like to do a lot more. If you've got this far and you've enjoyed it, you know, thanks for watching. And if you engage with the video and the social media accounts further, then I very much appreciate it, because it just means that we can keep on doing this. And obviously, I mentioned it before, the Doris link in my description there. There are a few more channels and accounts of people that are doing this, and they're all great. You know, they're doing a lot to keep their various communities clean and to help make it better. Probably a lot of you watching this already are watching them, but if you're not and I help you discover them, that's also great. Right, we're going to take these two up to the main road now, and then I will come back